Tell the people you miss them. Oh, you miss people too? This is not your show, man. This is not your show. It's not your show. Okay? It's not your turn. You just gotta be seen. Just got to be seen. But anywho, is you ready to talk? Wait, we gotta talk to them about the interview. We gotta talk to them about the interview that we seen with COURTNEY BURGESS on Inside True Crime with Matthew Cox. I know it was a lot. It was a lot to take in. But we still have to relay the message to the people, girl. Come on now. You gotta tell the people. All right, you ain't with it today. You wanna go to bed? You tired? Enough is enough? Okay, well, I'll meet you. I'll meet you enough. I'll meet you. Sure. Let's get into it, though.
Live on up, then ride on up. No time for 'em. Better slide on up.
Go live on them, live on them, live on them. When I ride on them, slide on them, foul on them. Got no time for them. A pit bull, growl on them. Coming straight from the block. Coming up, no stop. Going live on them, live on them, live on them. Switch the vibe on them. A smile on them, clown on them. A surprise for them. And I'll be the prize for them. If you with me or not, we make it speakers.
Yo, yo, yo. It's me again, your boy Ramaj. Another video of some old mo crazy shit. Okay. Now, yes. I did say I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I did say it was depressing. I do find myself now when I'm looking at this shit, I go watch cartoons. Yeah, it brings me back. It's like out looking for my damn childhood. Me and my boyfriend was watching this true crime. I'm a real big true crime fanatic, and we was watching this one crime show. Actually, it was yesterday morning we was watching it, and it was about this grandmother who
Run me my you don't rape and pillage the earth and think you don't get judged. Got cup of water, cup of coffee, get we was flowing with milk and honey. When you brought your over here. Racking and killing up the buffaloes and now we ain't got nothing. Now I'm saying you gonna jump the take my to the casinos and
Someone shot my baby.
it was like she had a psychotic break. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that when they was in the interrogation room, a lot of things that she was saying, it seemed like she be on the internet all the time, and she just had a break. And what was crazy, what was kind of funny is my boyfriend turned around and he looked at me and he was like, she sound like how you would sound if you was have a psychotic break from all the shit that you be looking up on the internet. Yeah, I can see it. I can see. I'm telling you, that's why, boy. After watching Diddy, all this Diddy stuff going on, I turn on cartoons. Like I gotta laugh. I eat cereal. Like I do childish shit. I go search. I go make myself be a kid. Now let me traumatize y'all for a little bit. I don't even. Oh, Matthew Cox from Inside True Crime actually had an interview with one of the original people that the friend that Kim gave the thumb drive to, flash drive. Matthew Cox interviewed one of the original people that friend gave
multiple
the
flash
drive to.
drives. Prior to her death, she gave it to some friends. One of those friends, shortly after, was it like the day after, approached you?
I got it like 3 months before the funeral. And then I sat on it for the other 3 months in a year.
Do you want to say who the friend is?
Well, I can't say the friend is. Everybody should know. Well, when the friend did, she called me and said, "What you do with the stuff?" I said, "I did do something."
Too. And he actually saw some of the videos on
That's with Young
the
Boy.
flash drive.
Talked about how he tore
And
Usher ass up.
When you looked at the flash drives, who were the two? I know we spoke before. You said there were two young artists. One was Usher. Who was the other one?
One was Usher, and I believe the other one was definitely somebody's son. It was definitely somebody's
Okay,
son.
it wasn't before we talked. You said it was Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
I thought
it was him too as well. It was Justin Bieber.
and some
And
anybody else that
Will
you could
Smith's son
recognize?
too. Will Smith's son too. I ain't holding no punches. Yeah, it was Will Smith's son too.
with the whole Jaden Smith thing, it's crazy because I'm quite sure, everyone knows what's going on with Bashir.
Comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful and a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, bullshit sometimes. And okay, so we're African American. Let's not forget that. So once we go into stores and we go to Walmart and we go to Target, we don't know who's going to attack us. We're just being positive civilians. Always. That's once you take that mask off and you go somewhere, baby arrest your daughter. You have to be focused. You don't know what your brain is doing. All you want to do is just be good at what you do. So I'm saying I didn't trust him, but I felt that his parents are here. They gave us food. I just passed out. I knew when I woke up, I'm like, she's gonna be mad at me.
So Brysher Gray just entered the chat in this surviving Diddy saga, and baby, he is spilling all the tea on how Diddy and Will Smith allegedly forced him into freak-off parties and then derailed his career when he tried to speak up about it. Brysher used to be one of the hottest upcoming acts in the industry after he starred in the hit series Empire, and everything was going smoothly until Will Smith and Diddy entered the picture. Will and Diddy claimed they were going to mentor Brysher, but rather than getting mentored, they blackballed his career and left him with a lifetime's worth of trauma. Rumors say he spiraled into a very dark place that eventually led him to start acting out and hurt his wife in the
Now he's all over Twitter. They say he out there. I don't know for sure because it could be his choice. I don't know. But, Jaguar Wright did speak on what happened to him and Meek Mill. And
Bilal told me everything. Jayden, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview. He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jayden, he Bashir and Mills, and you know Bilal.
Jayden also, and you also have to think if they're saying they all knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? For Jayden to be that young and to be at Puff House in the first place. And I'm quite sure Will Smith and Jada knew exactly what goes on at Puff House. They had to know what was going to go on at Puff House. Oh, crazy shit. I know I could be reaching. I know it. Again, it makes sense. On top of him speaking about that, he also talked about Neo. And,
I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. Freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off.
When it showed Usher and Will Smith's son and Justin Bieber, I mean, were they underage at the time?
I tried to go by his tattoos for Justin Bieber age, but at the time it started from when he could have been 16 because he was real. He ain't have all the tattoos on it. He had the little shaggy head doing the front. I forgot the bob, whatever the girls call it, hanging in front of his head. And Game handed him a bottle. Like, wasn't nobody got the bottle. Game walks around Diddy, hand him the bottle, he drink it, and they like blew him down off his feet. So he could have been young back then.
Bruh, did that man just say the gang? Did he just say the gang gave Justin the bottle that knocked him off his feet? I know this man, and I know he
Those
ain't just
same
say that.
videos. Is it around the same time period? Like was Usher?
Usher was in a video when he was definitely young, because I remember he came home. They talked about drinking the champagne. He had champagne. He talked about he was. He asked him in the video, "Was that Ed Lover for Hot 97?" So you talking about Ed Lover back in Hot 97 when he was DJing? You take the time for that. Usher had to be like 16. Like he didn't even have a good beehive back then. He was definitely young.
Is Al B. Shore on the video?
I didn't see Al B. Shore directly into the video. I don't know who it was, but they said he walked in and he was giving me head, as they say, in the office. And he said, "Yo, he did that to him for money." So I think me, if you was seeing it, anybody else say, "Oh, he used it to enforce his rule of taking his son away from Kim."
Kim Porter had a son with Al B. Shore. She was married to him prior to being married to or being with Sean Combs. So he then used that
to break
he
that.
then blackmailed him
I don't think it was
into
more blackmail. It's to break him down. Like, this is the man you're supposed to be with. You understand? And I can see it because if I lose, I'm a good loser. So if I lose my wife, and I'm not married today, if I lose my wife to any man, I'm not losing my kids to any man.
And that is another point to make. Like, you took my girl and my son, and you was able to get full custody and adopt my child without me having no say so over it, or without me disputing it, or without me fighting to keep my child in my life, or without me, like, come on now. What is it that this man had over him to where he was able to just silently and peacefully take your whole life, your woman and your child? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. They saying a lot, but they ain't saying nothing because they don't want to say nothing. Because I get crazy shit. I know I could be reaching.
the day of that, Todd started doing interviews where Todd said he didn't want his name associated with it, but then he ended up doing an article with somebody and mentioned that he had published the book, which was, strange that. And then, listen, everybody was talking about it. What's her name? Nancy Grace is talking about it.
Yes.
Candace Owens is talking about it.
Reading it.
Yeah, everybody's
Page to
reading
page.
it. Todd is doing all these different. Suddenly, Todd's doing all these interviews. It was really blowing up there for a while, and then I guess Al B. Shore got a hold of it, and he was very upset because of what it said about he and Sean Combs. What happened? What the memoir says happened between the act that happened between the two of them.
Right.
So he got upset, and then his lawyer sent out cease and desist letters to Amazon.
I seen that. It was mostly for Kim picture on the front of it, respect for the family. And I can understand it. That's their mother.
It wasn't necessarily saying that the book wasn't true. Now, of course, I'll be sure denied things in the book, but at the same time, like you said, you're a straight man. Now, if they're going all to these lengths of setting up other people because they don't want to get outed by the videotapes, do you think that this straight man is going to actually come out and say, yeah, I did it? I mean, we don't know if he did it, if he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, is he going to say he did it if he did it? Everything move out the way when they saying you gay. Motherfucker don't like that shit.
Obviously, there's going to be a prosecution. They've gathered a ton of evidence, but I would think that the FBI would have contacted you to try and look at the flash drives. Is that? And you're saying, but nobody's contacted you?
Nobody. Only person contacted me is the ones who say what's going on. That want to see what was done to them. You understand? They want justice. I want justice. Tupac was my man. You understand?
Who was that? Who has contacted you to ask that?
Different people who's in in a book. You know, I don't want to.
Okay.
I want
Only people that has been contacting him is the people that are on those tapes, trying to see what they're doing on the tape, and that alone right there has to be crazy shit to think you don't even know you're being recorded. You don't even know that there is a tape. Then to find out that there is a tape and you not even knowing what's on that tape, you don't remember anything, so you don't know what is going on. And some of these people probably didn't even know that they was with another person of the same sex, let alone that they was having sex. I don't think that we should crucify the people that's on the tapes, and I don't think that they should be, you know what I'm saying, considered as bad people, because again, we don't know how they ended up on those tapes. We don't know how they ended up in the situation that they're in. We don't know if it was willing. Some of them, I'm probably quite sure. Some of them was with the shits, but we don't know. You know, like he said, people are contacting him. People from the tapes are contacting him, trying to figure out what is on the tape. What are they doing? What are they doing on the tape? Oh, crazy shit! Crazy, 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 crazy. This shit is crazy.
Justice. Lots of people want, him to be brought to justice. Why not contact the FBI and just turn over the videos? I mean, they've clearly they've got child on them.
But where I'm from,
They've got proof.
Where I'm from, that's snitching, and I'm not getting in that category of snitching. You understand? Is I'm on here doing an interview, is that called snitching? Is it called dry snitching or third person snitching? No, you know what it's called? It's called Tupac told him that he don't die, he multiply. I'm Tupac today.
That's the one thing right there that I don't get. I don't understand that at all. But is it not levels to that? Is it not? I'm so confused. Like when you see little kids getting essayed and little kids getting drugged and passing out, is that still considered snitching? I don't know how that works, because I'm telling anything anyway. So like I don't know. So I don't know the rules of what to say, what not to say, because I'm gonna say everything. So somebody, leave a comment down there and let me know if the no snitch crew, you people that don't be snitching, do y'all keep child molestation and SA and like, do y'all do that count?
You understand? Call me what you want to call me. I'm not up here like Gene and Jaguar going to thing, dropping all this and that. That's their lifestyle. You understand? We all know why Gene not the bodyguard no more. Go ahead.
Why isn't he the bodyguard?
Because he was getting high. He was getting high with Biggie and them at the studio, and Biggie called on him, and Puffy said he told Puffy that yo, I need another bodyguard because Gene hit high. Puffy walked in the studio, he laid out on the couch like a washed up well on the beach. So he got on. He said, "Yo, but Biggie writing Lil Kim and the music, and that's what pissed Puff off the worst."
Then he let Lil Kim, keep hers, the stuff that he wrote, keep it in her name. Cause he said Lil Kim was his girl, and this is what he told me. He said Lil Kim was his girl, but he used another word. He said it's BITCH, and she was gonna always look out. So he didn't mind, writing stuff, putting it in her name, and letting her get the publishing for it.
That's the night he got killed. He told him that. He said, "What? Just tell me if you wrote the music for it." All up in Big face. He didn't want. He claimed that he didn't want Big to go across seas. No, he wanted what happened to Big happen. That's what he wanted to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened just like he wanted to. What I hold Gene accountable for, because Gene sat there and got 30,000 was offered to him to kill him. Why didn't he? He's a cop. Gene is an ex-correction officer, ex-cop, whatever he is, but he's in law enforcement somewhere. Why didn't he tell the mother that they was gonna kill Big?
He said something now. He said something without saying nothing. Now I know. Uncle Gene, yeah, you got some explaining to do, bro. So this meaning you knew you was offered $30,000. So that means that Gene Deal knew what was about to go down with Biggie. Is he gonna respond? I wonder if Gene gonna respond to this. I mean, this ain't to discredit anything else. He probably everything else he probably did, but sometimes some people leave some shit out. So if you was offered $30,000 to off him before he died, why didn't you tell the FBI that he was going to? I don't know. Okay, well, I didn't say it. He said it. I'm just saying.
If the FBI were to show up and want copies or want to take the flash drives, like have you made copies of them?
No. Nope.
Are you gonna hand
If they
them
show
over?
up, if I see alphabet jackets coming on my lawn, they can have whatever they want to have. As long as they ain't taking me.
Right.
They can have whatever they want.
You've looked at the videos, not good. I know you're saying, hey, I didn't know that this was on there. The other thing is that, to me, I would contact the authorities because you're essentially in possession of one, child, two, evidence. And this is evidence in the case. And I know you're saying it's snitching, but this guy's done. He's going down. And you've got, you've got discs that prove that he is a predator and he's having sex with underage, with children. It's child. So that's a definite nail in his coffin.
I remember when I was younger. I remember when the R. Kelly with him sleeping with the Sparkle's niece. Whenever that tape came out, and I remember they were saying on the news that if they catch you with that tape, you were basically going to have to register or something as a sex offender, because they were saying that you are in possession of child pornography, and they were saying you basically would have that charge. So I don't see how this is any different. Like if you have the tapes, if you have any tapes with a minor on it, on your computer, on your person, any of that, like that's a charge. That's the thing. So I mean,
you had on I want to say it was Dope TV or something. Yeah, it was one of those interviews where I saw you and you had basically said that that Snoop Dogg, you kept basically saying he was like a snitch or something.
Yeah, he was a house dog. He's a house dog. He go out in the street. He go out. What I mean by that, he'd be in the house with Death Row, around Suge, around Pac. Then he hit the streets. He run to tell Puffy at his house because his son used to hang with Puffy. Son, what else could they talk about? When you beefing with two different things, what else could you talk? What could have been the conversation with Puffy? He always was a step ahead of Pac because Pac dropped it first with Bone Thugs, then Biggie dropped it with Bone Thugs. What else could he talk about? That beef was so hard. It wasn't as hard as when Pac see Biggie, he's shooting or they throwing hands. It was more who could sell the most records type. But when you got somebody like Diddy and Snoop acting like two girls, or don't let her do your hair, or don't let her hold your bags, it got out of hand. You understand? Snoop, he was a snitch for the FBI, for the feds, and he was a snitch for, of course, Diddy. He was a house dog.
Well, why do you say he was a snitch for the feds? How does?
Because one, you got to look at his thing. He get locked up for murder. Then he get pulled over for marijuana, a couple of weight of weed. Then he catch rape charges of young 15-year-old white girls. You understand? From Girls Gone Wild, that was buried under the table because, of course, you know what buried things under the table. Moolah. You understand?
Right.
That's the only thing that buried things under the table. But at the same time, now he running around. Martha Stewart try to hide. You understand? It's just something about his whole demeanor that don't fit in. You understand? How you go from being a house dog, to getting a murder charge, to getting caught with weed and rape charges.
Well, I don't know how that makes him a How does that make him?
Because he never did
You
time in
know,
jail. When you don't do time in jail for things like that, you telling something. I don't know if you ever been in court of federal charge or any type of charge. You can't leave the state when you on paper. Then when we get to New York, let me get the names right. He go to the studio with Biggie and Diddy and Angie Martinez, Hot 97. You don't go upstairs with Pac and Death Row, Suge, the Outlaws. That's night of the shooting. So what could they talk about?
do you think that he had something to do with setting up Tupac with Tupac's murder?
Of course.
I saw that part of the interview.
I do.
Why do you think that? What do you think happened there?
Because if his son grew up with Diddy's son, and he goes sit at Diddy, and if Diddy wiping oil on everybody else or whatever his charges may be, what he do with Snoop? Diddy is not stupid. He just did stupid things. So he's sitting there, he got to tell him something, that he's a Crip. So if somebody run and do something to a Crip, and he's jealous, envy, he got like an egg roll face. He got jealousy showing, envy showing, can't stand Pac showing, I'm mad showing. He got everything in one face, call him Snoop Dogg the egg roll face. He's just mad. You understand? Keefy D, he should just tell the truth who was really in the car with him. His nephew was never in the car with him. His nephew got his shoulder kicked out of place. He went to the restaurant inside the casino. It was Keefy D in the car, but who was in the back seat? Who was riding with him? His own words, he said, Big Meech was in the car with me. So you take Big Meech, you take Puffy, you take everybody around Puffy who dealt with Big Meech. Big Meech was coming to the rim shop in Atlanta. They all know Pac. He had to get a rep with them. Why Snoop never came to the fight? They just was on they was on a private jet together, just left New York.
Actually, I had to fly back home, and normally on a private plane, it'd be Pac, his security, me, my security, Suge, and a couple of his homies. This time I go to the airport, my security walking with me. Suge like, hold up, they can't roll. First of all, Pac ain't said to me though. From that moment on, I say happen, I know how to get down. So now I get on the plane. So now I'm looking around, Pac right here, a couple of here. I'm like, what's up, Pac? And they do me like this. I walk to the back of the plane, give me a blanket, grab me a knife, a fork, the blanket over my nose right here, black glasses on, ride like this the whole flight, hoping one of them come with me so I can sleep. But everybody on the smoke. This is a 5.5 hour flight. Don't nobody say one word to me, not one word. Now we land. My Rolls Royce, Tupac Rolls Royce, Suge Rolls Royce. We step off the plane, I'm like, Pac, going to Vegas to the fight? I said, that's the last time I seen my life.
And again, this is the day that Tupac passed away. The day of. That what this man right here said. I ain't say nothing. I'm just repeating what he said because some people probably ain't see this interview. I just think that they should just see this interview. Okay.
So I mean, I still don't understand. So you're thinking that he had something to do with it because he didn't show up?
I think he had something to do with it because he knew what was going to happen. Whether he showed up or didn't show up, he knew it was happening. So he figured Pac out the way, he back to Snoop Dogg. He the dog, house dog again. He wasn't the house dog no more.
I mean,
yeah, check it out.
I never wanted to believe it. You hear whispers throughout the years and you think that people are, and Snoop and I have always had a decent rapport. But Snoop got some answering to do. Because if you were capable of doing what they're saying that you did to Tupac, why the f would we believe that you were capable of doing it to Nick because he was about to eclipse you?
Dang.
All of your fucking secret meetings with Diddy and y'all fucking knew that they put Lauren on him. See, I know Lauren London. Lauren London used to sing backgrounds for me back in the day. You didn't know that, did you?
Ah, hell no, I didn't know that.
Lauren London used to be one of my background singers. She fell in love with my keyboard player. His name is Omar Edwards. Omar went on to play for Jay-Z after me, after leaving my band. Omar Edwards got Lauren London on to American Idol, which put her in position to meet Nipsey, and then she dumped Omar, who loved her madly, for Nipsey out of nowhere. All those Skin Diddy parties, all of the support that Snoop has for Honeycomb. You've been moving niggas out the way, Snoop, allegedly. But you fucked up when you fucked with Nip. Y'all all fucked up when you fucked with Nip.
I mean, what he said, when you don't do time in jail for stuff like that, ooh, murder, R word, rhymes with grape, and you don't do no time, like, and then you go with Martha, who just got out of jail, then she got out of jail. That's what it's like. They put y'all together. They should have just called. They show the informants. We just trying not to pay attention. Maybe because again, you don't want to have the psychotic break and end up doing crazy shit because you think the world is on some crazy shit. I know I could be reaching. Baby, this shit's crazy. They were on the plane, and basically he felt like Tupac was like about to come at him. Why? That's what we don't know. Like, what kind of beef did they have going on? Could have been a jealousy, could have been an envy, like that dude said. You know what I'm saying? But why was he coming at him like that? Like, why he felt like he, would have had to go there. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't say nothing. All right. Inside True Crime. Okay. Matthew Cox.
96, 97, when Wendy Williams was on Hot 97, Wendy Williams used to always call up. Man, Wendy Williams is like this. The gay rapper from New York. That's all she kept saying. I seen Puffy on the beach.
They tried to tell us. Personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. There was
the gay rapper from New York, all this. And she chose to call me because back then, I still wasn't scared to open my mouth. So I've been heard that he was like that. You understand? Him, yeah. Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell, and more. Puffy's biggest thing was he liked to see men do things for money. You know what I'm saying? He called that's weak, the power. So he was the director. If you ain't sit on Puffy lap, you didn't move to the next. It wasn't action. He was cut.
What about the violence?
Violence, I never, be honest, the violence I heard was from people. Like one time Nas did something supposed to have been with Pac. They jumped his manager in somewhere and broke his jaw. Smith and Wesson, peace out to them too. They came over to New York, did something with them, did the same thing, jumped them, caused them to have to change their name from Smith and Wesson to another name. He found his way. Even with Jay-Z, I guess he saw Jay-Z is coming up. That'd have been his competition. You understand? Jay-Z, I never had a problem with Jay-Z. Me and Jay-Z been cool since East Orange. He was coming to East Orange with Black Rob. I mean, not Black Rob, Big L. He's heard with a rapper named Big L.
Are y'all? Is he talking about Jaguar, Big L?
First time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. He showed up as a nigga that was with Big L.
Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on. And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. Doing songs with Biggie and building a working camaraderie with Honeycombs. And then Biggie died, Tupac died. There was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and it's all Jay-Z. He will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. If you're a
Huh?
From the cowboy boots he used to wear to his triple fat goose, he used to wear. You know, Jay-Z was cool. He's still cool today with me. You know, I don't see what everybody say about Jay-Z because I'm not life searching. You know, this memoir wasn't given to me to make money or to gain money. And I want to say something to the Combs family. I do have respect for them. I have respect for it. That's why his mother face shouldn't have been on the front cover of the book. You know, but the book is real.
Oh, people be going so gung ho about Diddy, you know, bringing down. It's just a system trying to bring down a successful black man. He's just trying to. Do you not know all the black men that was unsuccessful because this motherfucker was trying to be successful? Do you know how many black men this black man stood on to become the black man that he is today? Like, y'all be pissing me off with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all almost took me somewhere. Crazy shit. I am about to go and probably watch Family Guy and get If you wanna jump, have a lump in the front. If you want me to be daddy, have some junk in the trunk. No matter what you need, man, I got what you want. I can swing it low.